You're listening to 80.59 Alice Radio, home of the latest news. This is your anchor, Inday. Agay, gibigugan ko, tabangi ko be. Our country encountered a lot of happenings lately. Let's find out if the news today is good or bad. Jaya. Cheese.
Thank you, Inday Bekog. Naga City, Philippines. A member of the paramilitary Citizens Armed Forces Geographical Unit survived an attack by two suspected New People's Army rebels, killing one of the rebels while the other rebel fled Tuesday afternoon in Bedford Town in Masbate. Major Angelo Guzman, spokesman of the 9th Infantry Division, said in a telephone interview Wednesday that militiaman Romy V. Ariola was off duty with his family in their house in Barangay Ilaya when the rebels attacked at around 4:45 p.m., but Ariola was able to fire back with his improvised shotgun. Lieutenant Colonel Julian Pacatan, commanding officer of the 9th Infantry Battalion based in Milagros, Masbate, directed soldiers to provide security to the family of Ariola immediately after the attack. With a report from Joya Grace Colegio for National News. Back to studio.
Thank you, Jaya. It was interesting indeed. Now, for some relaxation and kicks and throws, let's listen to the sports news. Rainson.
Thank you, Inday. For the sports news, Bryant's 34 points lift Lakers over Wolves. Kobe Bryant and the reeling Los Angeles Lakers desperately needed some kind of break to help them out of a miserable stretch of performance on the road. They got a dandy just before tip-off on Friday night when Timberwolves all-star Kevin Love was scratched because of back spasms. Bryant scored 34 points and Andrew Bynum added 26 points and 10 rebounds, and the Lakers outlasted upstart Minnesota in 105-102 victory. Back to you, Inday.
Thank you, Rain. 80.59 Alice Radio. We'll be back after a short break.
Madami ka bang nakikita? Bakit? Pahingi naman, kahit konting pagtingin lang. Religion ka ba? Bakit? Because you are the answer to my prayer.
Alice Radio is back for the local news. Let's welcome Cherish.
Thank you, Inday. City water crisis worsens. More bad news for thousands of water consumers served by Tagbilaran City Water Works System, or TCWS, as City Hall offers no immediate solution to their water woes. The TCWS, serving parts of 6 densely populated barangays of Cogon, Buoy, Manga, Ubuhan, Dao, and Taloto, announced recently that the city mayor plans a massive overhaul in both its physical assets and business profitability operations. As a result, all replacements of non-functioning pumping units, repair, and maintenance works are put on hold while the city mayor mulls engaging the services of consultants to assess the waterworks operation. Meanwhile, more households are experiencing a total loss of water supply, a deteriorating situation from few hours of intermittent water flow that have been suffering in the past months. Back to studio.
To Cherish, that really is a happy problem. To entertain you, let's listen for the latest gossips and chicas. Give the floor to Miss Kat.
Thank you, Miss Bicog. Vicky Bello, nahuli ni Hayden ko na may ibang lalaki.
Parang totohanan na yata itong hiwalayan ni na Dr. Vicky Bello at Hayden Co. Jr. Totoo kayang hindi na raw pinafollow ni Hayden Co. si Vicky sa Twitter? Wala naman akong idea sa mga Twitter na yan. Pero naikwento lang sa akin dahil galit na rin daw ngayon si Hayden Co. kay Vicky. Sinasabi raw nitong nahuli nga raw niyang may ibang lalaki na itong karelasyon. Nasa Amerika pa kasi si Vicky, kaya hintayin na lang natin kung talagang desidido na siyang magkapaghiwalay. Mag-isa siyang nag-celebrate ng Valentine's Day. Kasama lang daw nito ang anak niyang si Derek Quartz Henares. Na-interview si Cristel Henares kamakailan lang at naikwento niyang mukhang seryoso na raw ang mami niya na makipaghiwalay kay Hayden. Nakita raw niyang apektado ng gusto ang mami niya, pero gusto na raw talaga nitong makipaghiwalay. Kararating lang daw niya nung galing sa Brazil at paalis naman ang mami niya pa Amerika. Kaya nung nagkita sila, yumakap lang daw ito at nang maghipit sa kanya at iyak daw ng iyak. Nakita raw niyang nasasaktan ng husto ang mami niya, pero kailangan na raw niya itong gawin kahit masakit pa sa kanya. Tingnan na lang natin pagbalik ni Vicky galing Amerika kung ganun pa rin ang desisyon niya. O baka maiba na naman. Sila naman uli. Hindi na ako magtataka. Guy, good luck na lang. Back to studio!
Thank you, Kat. Now, let's listen to what's happening abroad, shall we? Listen to Gian and her international news after a short break.
Alam mo, pangarap kong maging basurero. Bakit? Para pag iniwan ka ng mahal mo, ako ang sasalo sa'yo. Cactus ka mo? Bakit? Handa akong masugatan, makayakap lang kita.
Radio is back. For the international news, let's welcome Gian. G, pass up!
Thank you, Indaibe. This is the international news. Iran says preemptive strike on enemies possible. An Iranian military commander has said Iran would take preemptive action against its enemies if it felt its national interests were endangered. Mohammad Hijazi, deputy head of Iran's armed forces, made his comments to the Iranian Fars news agency. On Monday, it unveiled fresh military exercises in the south that it said was to protect its nuclear sites. The BBC's Iran correspondent, James Reynolds, says Iran's military and political leaders routinely stress that they are capable of defeating the country's enemies should the need arise. Iran insists its uranium enrichment program is for peaceful purposes, but Western powers suspect Tehran intends to make weapons. Neither Israel nor the US have ruled out military action if sanctions and diplomacy fail to rein in Iran's nuclear activities. In recent weeks, speculation has been increasing that Israel may launch a military strike on Iran's nuclear facility. Last week, U.S. Defense Intelligence Agency Director Lieutenant General Ronald Burgess told the U.S. Congress that Iran may launch missiles if it is attacked, but was unlikely to initiate or intentionally provoke a conflict. Iran has threatened to block the strait through which 20% of the world's oil exports pass in retaliation for Western sanctions over its nuclear plants. This has been the international news. Back to studio.
Thank you, G. For some business news, let's all listen well to Ian.
Thank you, Indaibe. Ayala Land moves to comply with ownership rules in a disclosure the company said its board of directors, following a regular meeting on Monday, approved a rights offer consisting of $13.43 billion
voting preferred shares in order to comply with the regulatory requirements on Filipino ownership following the Supreme Court's recent ruling. The High Court last year ordered the Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) to refer to a firm's voting shares in applying the constitutionally mandated 40% foreign ownership cap as opposed to outstanding capital stock that includes preferred non-voting shares in a case involving Philippine Long-Distance Telephone Corp. PLDT. Ayala Land said it did not violate the foreign equity cap even under the stricter interpretation of the rule, but preferred to give itself a wider buffer. Ayala Land went on to disclose that its board had also approved the issuance of 15 billion worth of corporate bonds with tenors of 7 and 10 years. Proceeds will be used to fund part of this year's 37 billion capital expenditure. The company also announced the issuance of regular first semester cash dividends worth 11 centavos per common share. The cash dividend will be payable on March 27 to shareholders on record as of March 7. Back to you, Inday.
Thank you, Lian. 80.59 Alice Radio is now at its end. Always remember that the day is a day for a change. Once again, this is 80.59 Alice Radio, home of the latest news.